Hey y'all, welcome back to the corner with Jay. It feels good, like really good, to be back behind this mic. The last time I recorded was back in August, and tonight I found myself with a quiet moment in my room, yarn in my lap, coffee in my hand, and this little nudge in my spirit saying, go ahead, hit record. So that's what we're doing. This isn't a big comeback announcement. It's more of a soft return, a gentle slide back into something that I love. So, between August and now, life has been a mix of growth, change, creating, and honestly, just learning myself again. I didn't disappear. I definitely didn't quit. I just needed some space. Space to breathe, space to think, and space to evolve without narrating every moment. I've been focusing on my kids, my brands, showing up for Cozy Click, making content when it felt right, and also giving myself permission to rest without guilt. And in that time, God has been doing some quiet work on me. Nothing dramatic, just little subtle shifts, little reminders, and a lot of internal peace. One thing that has grounded me these last few months has been crochet, like truly. Whenever my mind gets too loud, I just pick up my yarn and hook, and everything slows down. It's like each stitch pulls me back into myself. I've made hats, ear warmers, cows, all kinds of pieces. Some I've posted, some I didn't. But the act of creating has been a blessing all on its own. It's funny. Crochet was something I used to do when I was stressed or overwhelmed. Now, it's become a part of my peace routine. It's a reminder that I can create softness in my life whenever I need it. And then there's God. Because let me tell you, He shows up in the simplest moments. And it's not always in big revelations, like the ones you see everybody over exaggerate on TikTok and Instagram. And it's not always through people, but in those quiet moments, the ones where it's just me, my yarn, my coffee, and my thoughts, that's when I hear him the clearest. Sometimes it's clarity, sometimes it's conviction, and then sometimes it's just simply comfort. I mean, there were days where I didn't even know what to pray, but he'd meet me right where I was. Whether I was crocheting on my couch in my favorite chair, sipping coffee early in the morning, or just sitting in silence. He was there. And I think that's been the biggest lesson in this season. That God doesn't need a perfect setting to speak. He just needs you to still long enough to listen. Still meaning be still, sit still. In this quiet season, God has been teaching me a lot about peace, about boundaries, about not forcing connections, and about letting things flow the way they're meant to. He's been reminding me to protect my heart, not out of fear, but out of wisdom. He's also been teaching me the beauty of choosing myself, choosing softness, choosing clarity, choosing rest, choosing intentional connections instead of convenient ones. And honestly, I've grown. I feel lighter, more aware, and more grounded. Just for the record, child, and I'm not cutting this out. If you hear little noises in the middle of this podcast, that is my sweet fur baby, Leela. She just happens to get the zoomies as soon as I press record. Another thing I've learned is that peace is in the little things. My morning coffee, quiet time before the day starts, crocheting in the evenings, a good sermon, deep breaths, and small check ins with myself. These routines don't seem big, but they keep me aligned. They keep my spirit steady. So, if you're listening to this and you've been in your own quiet season, just know that you're not behind. Sometimes God pulls you away from the noise so he can bring you back to yourself. Sometimes he resets you before he releases you. So give yourself grace, give yourself compassion, and find your own cozy moment, whatever that looks like for you. Thank you so much for spending time with me tonight. This episode is my soft return. Let's call it my reset. I'm so excited to rebuild this space, to share more conversations, and just grow together, creatively, spiritually, and mentally. Because let's face it, the world today is a bit much. But until next time, stay cozy, stay connected, and stay close to God. Talk to y'all soon.